friends, Goddess of Awesome here, and today is Friday. It's my first Friday home. I traveled home a week ago today, and I just got back from the Apple store, so I deleted a whole bunch of things from my startup disk, and I'm so glad I went to the Apple store because I would have never been able to figure that out from just reading things like, this is how you delete your startup disk, you know, online. I had tried that a week or more ago, 2 weeks ago, when I was on tour. I tried deleting a whole bunch of files, and I did delete them. You know, I figured out how to delete them, but I didn't know you had to empty your deleted files situation. You know, it's like when you put things in the trash, it doesn't really go away until you empty the trash. So I just learned that too. You know, so that's what we did. It was extremely scary. You know, I hope that everything that got deleted is what was supposed to be deleted. It was nerve-wracking, you know. I know technology is amazing. On some level, I don't trust it. I'm sure there's a few of you out there like that. It's scary to know, you know, that you might permanently delete things, or you might accidentally delete something forever and ever and ever and never be able to retrieve it. So I have a little bit of anxiety about that right now. When I was in college, at College of the Canyons, I was in my English class, critical thinking English class, and I had a midterm paper, you know, 10 pages. And I hit some button, and it asked me, do you want to revert to the saved copy? Something like that. And I was like, yes, I want the saved copy. Wow. It absolutely wiped out my 10-page midterm the evening before it was due. It was ready to be printed. You know, I was just spell checking at that point, and I had to redo the whole thing. You know, do you think my teacher believed me? I had my paper, but I deleted it last night on accident. I don't know. I'm going to say probably not, you know. Got a B in that class. My sister was in the same class. That was the first time we ever got to go to school together since elementary school. She aced that class. My sister's a smarty pants. I'm smart too. We just have different, you know, everyone's different. So to delete a whole bunch of files made a whole bunch of space on my computer, so that's great. And now I know what to do. Now I know when I delete things, I have to go to the place where they're all deleted and erase it. So that's great. So now I can get some things up online for you tonight. I only got up to day 7 as far as uploading videos for you from my previous journey, my final Central Massage tour. So now I'll be able to get that done, which is great. I got a little bit of sad news right before I left the house. My horse trainer, my beloved horse trainer, I'm wearing this amazing thing she made me from my horse's hair. 3 horses of mine is in here. She might need to be on bed rest for a while. We're not sure yet. We'll know more on Monday. So on some level, it's a beautiful thing, and I hope so. I hope so for her. On another level, damn it, you know? Like, I have a plan here that, you know, life is never certain, right? Nothing is ever promised in life, and that's a guarantee, right? You can take that to the bank, that nothing is ever promised in life, right? Your time here on earth isn't promised. You know, people in your life, the duration of how long they're going to be in your life for, that's never promised. You know, change is always with us, right? Change is the only constant. And sometimes it's really easy to get attached to things. Like, you might have a plan, you know, and that's the way it is. And then the universe, you know, something will happen in life, and whoo, there's a curveball. You didn't see that coming, and now you have to readjust, you know. And that's hard sometimes. So if I have to readjust, you know, I'm just going to go with the flow. You know, I know where she is. I'll get her. I'll find her. I'll be here waiting for her when she's ready to come back to work. You know, at least I'm a guaranteed client of hers, you know. I did pay up my horse board through the end of June. We're only in March right now. So we'll see. I might be reimbursed a little here, but I might be okay. You know, I'm obviously not doing a whole bunch of, I haven't done one massage since I've been home, which is good. My arms hurt so bad, I probably shouldn't be doing massage. Well, for sure, at least the ending part, that's a different strenuousness. You know, each person is different. Some people can pop really fast, you know, and it's no trouble at all. Some people take a lot more skill that I know how to do. Some might take longer. You know, those who take supery dupery long these days, I pass the baton. You know, these days I let them know, hey, you know, so I have a certain point, I'll go to maybe 7 minutes or so, or 8, and if they're not popping after 7 or 8 minutes, pushing 10, it's time for them to help me. You know, I'm amazing talent. I'm a master of this craft. But when my tendons are talking to me, and if I can tell that I'm not connecting with their energy as good as I could, because maybe it takes them a long time. Some people are like that, you know. Some people are 45 minutes on the minimum end, you know. If that's the case, then I need someone to help me. And I don't leave 45 minutes in my session. It's an hour session. We're not going to do that for the whole session. It's a central massage, so they're going to get a bodywork session, and I leave about 15 minutes at the end. You know, 10 of that is going to be for that, or 7 or 3 or 2, and then the rest of it is going to be them getting dressed and getting out the door, you know. So they're going to take me past my breaking point at this time in my life. I just can't even do that to my body. It's not fair to me, and I will absolutely ask them to help. You know, I've asked people to help, and it's no problem. I've also asked people to help, and they're like, huh? Say what? So if that's the case, then I'll go a little longer, like a minute or 2, and then I'll tell them, I'll use my magic words, and I'll say, we just have a couple minutes left. You know, that's my polite way of saying the hour's wrapping up. You know, you may take a long time. I asked you to help me. You declined that request. Now we have a couple minutes left, so guess what's going to happen? You're not going to pop. We're not going to go into extended time or extra innings for that, you know. Unless they obviously want to go for a longer session, and then they can put in what that is, you know. But for not paying any extra for extra time, absolutely not. No, that's not fair to me, and it's not fair to my body. So yeah, so I'm excited to get my videos up for you. I have so many things obviously to share with you. You know, once I get everything uploaded, my consistency will be to make videos for you every day. For at least the YouTube channel, those will be posted daily, right? I don't want to think about going back later and finding the chronological order of what all these videos, when I made them, you know? So that's that. I had to stop at the auto parts store. God, it's interesting going into an auto parts store as a female, especially, you know, with your eyelashes on. And I've gone before in a dress and people look at me like I'm completely lost, you know. Are you in the right place? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm in an auto parts store all by my lonesome, and I don't know what I need, or I do know what I need, I just don't know what it is, you know, or where it is, or what it looks like. So my truck is leaking oil. I knew that. I've known that. I had my brakes done in the end of November. Gobbled up all. I had a small cushion to come home from my November trip, and the second I got home, got gobbled up the entire cushion by a big brake job. I had to get my brakes done and the rotors. So that person told me my car was leaking oil. Now I've been smelling the burningness, and I've been worried for it. And then my cowgirl friend, my sister cowgirl Lacey, told me that that's oil burning off my engine. I even seen it smoke, you know, around the holidays when I had to go to Big Bear and come back, and I just was crossing my fingers it was just the oil. I don't know what's going on with my truck, you know. So when I walked into O'Reilly's right now, you know, I don't play that I know anything because I don't. So I walked in there and I was like, I need help. I don't know what to do. I need oil for this truck because the person who fixed my brakes told me I was leaking oil and there wasn't a drop of oil in the truck when I brought it in. So that's scary, right? I mean, I don't drive far when I'm home. I go 3-4 blocks to the gym and back, you know. I go to the market around the corner, you know. I don't want to go further than 4 blocks, you know. Then you get into, it's too far, you know, and the traffic starts getting icky, and I just want to stay in my world. I don't want to spend all day running errands, you know. So, you know, he asked me all the questions. What year is it? How long have you had it? How many miles? You know, I've only had it maybe 5 months. Maybe it's turning into 6 at this point. I don't know. I just got this truck. You know, I bought it from my neighbors. I have wonderful neighbors. I purchased a car from them before. I bought my cousin at the time who was 18. I bought her car because I knew nobody in her family could afford it, right? My aunt lost her job. It was a really sad situation. I'm sure I'll talk to you more about that. My uncle is a great man, but he doesn't have good negotiating skills whatsoever. He doesn't value himself very well. You know, it's hard for him to stick up for himself when it comes to asking for a better pay rate, you know. And I'm sure he's tired, right? He's up there a little bit and he's tired of slinging wrenches, you know, he told me before. You know, he's been a mechanic for a long time. So with my cousin, you know, she's such a doer and she has a lot of autonomy, right? She just gets it done. You don't have to tell her what to do. She does it on her own. She's a straight A student. She is varsity softball player, you know, she's chorus. She was in chorus and she was an amazing singer, you know, and just a wonderful go-getting kid, you know, that I knew. And she lives in Big Bear up on the hill. I just knew if that kid had a car, she'd go get a job, you know. I mean, it's hard to go anywhere when you're up on a mountain. I don't know how good their bus transit situation is, but probably not the best, you know. And I know her spirit and how she is, you know. So as much as it was difficult for me to rise up and go do another trip and give all that money away to get her a car, that's what I did, you know. So she got a car for Christmas in her senior year of high school, as she should have. And anyway, so I bought that car from my neighbors. Totally great car. They bought it for their daughter. They, you know, the daughter didn't want to drive stick shift, you know, so they had to get their daughter a different car. And since it was for their daughter, I just knew, well, they're not going to put their kid in a bad car, right? He's a savvy person when it comes to cars, so I went with it. And she still has it. She's roaming around. She has a job, you know, she got a job instantly, and she's self-sufficient and she's living on her own. And I knew that was what was going to happen if she had a car. So isn't that a blessing, you know? So I bought my truck from them. I didn't bring a mechanic to check it out. I mean, I just bought it for what it was worth. You know, it's a 4x4. It could pull a trailer. That's what I needed. But it's always had a funny little smell. So, apparently right now, when this person helped me put oil in my car, the first thing he did when he took the cap off, he's like, uh-oh. I mean, it's not black. It looks like tan, like a mucky tan. So apparently my coolant is leaking into my oil, which I knew there was a coolant leak because of the mechanic, and he told me there was an oil leak, but I didn't know that they were crossing. And if he did know that, I didn't understand when he said it to me. So I don't know. So yeah, my coolant is leaking into my oil. It's pretty funky. It's not black. Like I said, it's tan, you know. And the guy at O'Reilly said the same. If it's going one direction, it's probably going the other too, you know. So that means I have oil in my coolant, you know. So that sounds expensive. He told me it's a head gasket job. Sucks. If I wait and don't fix this, I'm going to probably need a new engine. So I absolutely have to get this fixed, right? And I need to go pick up my horse. And I was going to take another horse up and swap it out, but I might have to press pause on that because my horse trainer may not be able to do anything for a year or more. And we'll know more on Monday. We'll see what happens with that. So that's what just went on. I got all my files cleared off of my startup disk, a lot of them, so that's great. I'm so tired right now. I could absolutely take a nap. It's pushing 3 o'clock. I definitely have the 2 o'clock feeling, right? I've been up since 4:45 for my 5:30 boot camp. So today is my little dog's birthday. In the previous video just now, he was outside. I should have not started a video with him outside, right? He barked and barked and barked, and he never stopped. And then to get him to stop, I kicked the door, which I don't do. I don't do that. But, you know, right now the tripod is set right in front of the door. So if I were to open the door and let him in, I'd have to move this, and I didn't want to stop rolling because my editing skills aren't up to par yet, you know? So I'm just free-flowing with it. If I push record, I have to flow. There's no, oh, let's edit that later. I mean, maybe in time, probably in time I can do that. Also, my tripod is broken right now because from the big journey, it was in the end of it was all around the edge of my suitcase, and I'm pretty sure, you know, people at the airports where they throw your bag tough, you know. So they chucked my bag. It probably landed a certain way. It's a hard case bag, but it still snapped my tripod. So between the tripod being in front of the door, the tripod being broken, if I move you at all, you're going to be like, you know, that would have took a lot of minutes anyway. So I left my little dog out. And obviously when I kicked the door, he shut up. But today, and it's been, you know, it's been raining for a lot of days. So today is the first sunny, nice day. So it didn't hurt him to be outside for a minute. He's never outside. You know, he goes outside to go potty and he comes back in. You know, he's my precious, precious, spoiled little babe. So today is his birthday, March 23rd. My sweet baby Dito turns 11 today. I can't even believe it's been 11 years since he's come into my life, because my dog has absolutely changed me on so many levels. I am a vegetarian. I was probably one of those really crazy ones for a while, you know, like anti this and anti that. Now, I never sent people Christmas cards and, you know, Thanksgiving cards that was pushing vegetarianism on them, you know. I know people like that exist. But my dog, you know, he's so particular with his palate, you know, his taste buds. He's very particular. He's like my little Rubik's Cube, you know. He won't eat the same meal twice, you know. He loves his dehydrated meats, but some of the dehydrated meats he'll turn his nose up to also, you know. So it just depends on what he feels. So it's his birthday, right? And I totally would love to give him a cake, but he's not going to eat that. I am going to sing to him with you. We're going to sing to him in a little bit. Right now, if you can believe it, I am boiling some bones with marrow in it, beef bones. And I do have some ground turkey I'm going to cook up for him after the bones are done. So that's his birthday treat. Hopefully he eats it, you know. Maybe I should have threw it on the barbecue. I don't know. I have a barbecue with two sides. So one side is for vegetarians and one side is for the meat eaters, because that's how cool I am these days, right? I include meat-eating people and animals. And I could force my dog. See my crow flying around. I gotta feed her. Maybe she'll want a bone marrow. She probably does. Anyways, these days I have 2 drawers for silverware. I have my perfect silverware. I got it in the style of my grandma's. I consider that our family silverware. You know, it's really good stuff. So I have that in one drawer. And then another drawer is the meat eater silverware, which, you know, you can tell which is what. So, you know, I just want to be considerate to all people who come to my home. And I'm not going to push my stuff on you. I'm not going to make you be a vegetarian. Just don't make me be a meat eater. You know, I don't care what you do. Just don't force meat on me. And with that said, I don't think people should force anything on one another. It could be an invitation. You can invite people to sample things you like or try your way of life. But to force things on somebody, force religious ideas or force ways of eating or force habits or anything that's forced that doesn't come organically, like your behavior isn't organically, or you're not drawn to it, I think that's not good, you know. I think people should be drawn to things, or, you know, an invitation is always nice, but you can't push it on people. So I would never push vegetarianism on you, you know. I'm almost a vegan. I'm not a vegan, but I almost am. I don't eat cheese every day. I don't eat butter every day. I seldom eat those things, but when I eat them, boy, do I want them, you know. But with the meat stuff, you know, I don't eat it. But because I'm not a meat eater, am I going to make my dog be a vegetarian? Now, I have friends who would, but I'm not that way, you know. I give my baby Dito whatever he needs, you know. So he's always a mystery for what he's going to want next. So we'll see if he eats this bone marrow. Felt weird being in the meat aisle just now looking at meat stuff, because I don't know, you know. I know he likes the fat. He likes grizzle. So I'm not trying to get anything lean, you know. If it's lean, that's what I don't want to do. And for not being a meat eater, I do know my dog's palate, in the sense that he takes his meat medium, right? He doesn't want it overcooked. He doesn't want it charcoaled. He doesn't want it dead. He wants a little, not too much pink, but he wants a little bit of pink. So my dog takes his steak medium. Not funny that I know that. He takes his hamburger medium, and the turkey meat that I will be cooking, I'll cook it, but I'll make sure there's a teensy bit of red somewhere in there. So we'll see if he eats that. So yeah, it's his birthday. My sweet dog, his name is Lance. Actually, his full name is Sir Lancelot Falcor. And he absolutely looks like Falcor from the Neverending Story. And if I knew he was going to grow into being a Falcor, I would have named him Falcor. But I named him Lancelot. And he's kind of a humble guy, so he goes by Lance. And anyways, his nickname, he's got a lot of nicknames, but one is Dito Beto, or Beto Dito. You can go back and forth. And I also call him my sweet baby Dito. So it's sweet baby Dito's 11th birthday today. And we will together sing him happy birthday here in a minute. So I'm going to go check on my bone marrow bones, whatever they're doing on the stove. Hopefully, I don't even know how to cook them. I just put them in the dog skillet. I have a skillet for meat for dogs. I mean, anybody could eat out of it. It's not like it's just dog food. It's just normal meat. But for me, if I cook meat, it's going to be for the dogs, you know. So we'll see. Hopefully I don't overcook them. I just checked them before I did this video. They looked kind of gross. Like all this stuff was happening, you know. So anyway, so that's all. So I'm the Goddess of Awesome. Thanks for being here with me today. If you like this video at all, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to know more, please subscribe. And in the meantime, bright blessings and be well.